Anyway, we're going to get into a topic to do with Radar Radio Station, one of London's biggest leading UK stations right now. Now, if you haven't heard about it, I did do a news report on it, so click the eye and you can go watch the video. But it's to do with Radar Radio and the huge allegations going towards them. Now, there's been a lot of things going on about with Radar, from sexual harassment, backstabbing LGBT community, talking bad on transgender people, etc., you name it. There's also been things about making jobs working harder for people of colour. So the treatment of people of colour has been terribly bad, with a lot of females and males potentially leaving, or have left already. And also, they are basically making people work for free. Some people are working for free, basically they're coming in. That's like...
So basically slavery.
Yeah, basically slavery. Before we get any further, a lot of people do think Radar is owned by black people, not realising it's owned by a white billionaire.
Okay, is he Jewish?
No, he's white. I think he's British.
Okay.
And what made it interesting was, when I figured out, I was like, I thought that it was a black station. I mean, the way
But
they
why would you think it's a black radio station, owned by a black radio person, whatever? Why do you think it's owned by someone who's black?
You look at every radio station in the UK, Capital, Represent, etc., etc. They don't cater to the hip hop scene the way Radar does. Like, Radar really is. I mean, Represent does. So, but Represent isn't owned by white person. But I'm saying, like, you look at mainstream radio, usually they are for the Ed Sheerans, the Adeles, etc. Yeah. Radar is so for hip hop that I just sit there and go, damn, it must be like a black dude that's doing something.
No,
Do you know
I never think that.
But you shouldn't think that, because every big company has either a Jewish person or
right, that's why I asked, is he Jewish? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
exactly.
But I think because he was, Radar's only been around for like 2-3 years. It's a new radio station. So I think that's where it stems from. If it was like an old school station, I think people would automatically assume white guy, Jewish. But because it was so fresh and new, and they literally went straight for hip hop and nowhere else. But it's smart as well, because when I think about it now, it's easy to manipulate people that don't understand business into, coming around your kind of business. I think I couldn't believe people working for free. I was like,
that's what I'm saying.
What?
So who's working for free? Like, what's their positions? What are they doing? What they shouldn't be doing? What's going on?
So there will be like presenters and stuff like that.
Okay.
And if you're not like a well-known presenter, they don't necessarily need to pay. They can just say they're giving you experience. But if you're doing a very good show out of it, because you've already been working for free, the person who's probably not even thought about it, they're just like, oh, I'm getting my experience.
Right, yeah. And this is what happens when you're not a business-minded person.
100%,
right?
yeah.
You go in and you say, I'll do three sessions for free, whatever. If it's a success, here's my contract. Sign something, bitch.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you go in. But it's a learning curve for everybody anyway. But I do feel situations like that, you've got to come in protecting yourself and your brand always.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you as a woman, when you talk about sexual harassment and things like that at work, obviously being a black woman as well, so of colour, I mean, I don't know if you ever experienced that, but do you think that's a real issue? Because in 2018, 2017, all you're hearing now is sexual harassment or rape from big actual businesses. So to hear it from a radio station that's basically catered to the demographic that, are known for having a very loud voice. I mean, Radar shut down. What is your views on that?
At the end of the day, we are in 2018. People are sensitive about every single thing in this world, right? But we cannot excuse that there are a lot of situations that happen within the workplace in regards to sexual harassment.
Yeah.
We as women want to be treated equally. Don't tap us on the arse, don't flirt with us. But at the same time, it's like there has to be a clear boundary that we can enforce that cannot be crossed, because even flirting at work, I used to do it a lot before. It was just fun. It wasn't a big deal. But for me, that's, for someone else, that could be a crossing of the boundaries. But for me, it wasn't a big deal. You know what I'm saying? For other, it all depends on the actual person. I don't know. Depends on the actual person.
Yeah, because this is what I want to know, right? Can you move to a girl anymore? Honestly, unless it's Tinder or deals, because when I see girls now, in my head, I'm just like, or my boys will be like, yo, we should move to be like, yo, fam, listen, we're in a club. I don't want to be going to jail tonight.
You gotta be that scared.
100%, because
Really?
I feel like back in the day, you can just go into the club, a girl be whining, you can just grab her, see how it goes. If it's cool, it's cool. But now, in my head, I'm just like, I ain't going to jail.
Really? That's the fear that you have.
100%.
I can't even lie, yeah. I do feel like men have an additional amount of pressure when it comes to how they approach women. And obviously dealing with rejection as well, that's horrible. Whenever people hit me up, if they're being polite, I'm always friendly to them. Because the rejection can make that person feel like, oh, I don't want to approach someone ever again, you know? So I think the best thing to do nowadays is shoot your shot. Okay. What's the worst that can happen? You won't go to jail if you're just saying, hi, my name is so-and-so. No, nice to meet you. I would like to get to know you, blah, blah, blah. I think you guys got to work on your approach.
Oh,
a lot.
Facts. Yeah, facts, yeah.
Because some guys just disrespect.
That's what I would say. When you're drunk,
disrespect.
Don't do it. Wait till you're sober.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Because drunk people do the dumbest of shit, man.
Listen, tell me about it. People just disrespect. I've had my titties grabbed. I've had people just grab my booty. Especially in Carnival. Carnival is the place Carnival is the place where I turn into a guy. I will beat a guy up if it ever came to it. There was one time this white guy, cupped my booty like this. Cupped.
Swear
I turn around and see it's this white guy. I went so mad. I was like, no, hold me back. I was ready to beat this shit
You wasn't expecting a white guy.
I was not. But he
hilarious.
was rolling with black guys. Obviously, like, I think he got, a bit gas with his boys. But he was not expecting my reaction. Because I was ready, okay? I was ready. I was not playing. I was not, and I was drunk as well, so, you know.
Yeah, that's the
thing.
thing.
You can't be violating bodies and physical, like, don't be touching. Don't touch.
But don't you think that's like literally moving to girls is over?
No.
You don't?
No, I don't. I would love, like, what's deep is, I've been on Tinder, been on Puff, Plenty of Fish. I've been on everything, alright? And nothing beats meeting someone face to face. Nothing beats a guy approaching you and saying, oh, you look nice, how old are you, where are you from, what do you do, blah, blah, blah. Conversation, because nowadays, conversation is not valued.
100%.
So people don't talk, it's just through text. No phone calls, nothing. It would just be nice to, I personally feel the best way to meet someone is through face to face. I don't like Tinder, I don't like Puff. I've tried it, I can say that I've experienced it, but I wouldn't want to go back.
Well, it beats the awkwardness, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I feel like when you're in a DMs or when you're like on
but again,
any of the social media, I find it awkward.
It's the fear though, isn't it, that you're going to get rejected or get aired. That's the fear. And your DM is just sitting there like, bam.
That is seen.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean, I've never moved to a girl in a DMs anyway, so I don't know how that works out.
I slid in.
You slid in?
Hell yeah.
What?
If I see a guy and I'm attracted to him and I approve of how his page is looking, I may slide in. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
I don't see a problem with a girl doing
I don't see a problem. I'm just...
Yeah.
Really? What did you say though? Like,
well, this is the thing. This is what I do. I always slide in with a conversation ready. So I never say, hey, what's good? Nothing is good. What the fuck do you want?
Nah, that's...
You know what I'm saying? I always come in and I always say, I like this post. How did you make it? Did you draw this? Did you do that? Whatever it is, I have to come in with a conversation. And it's not regular that I go in and I slide in someone's DMs. It happens every once in a while.
Okay.
Right? But I think girls need to do it a bit more often, you know, to kind of even things out a bit. But also guys need to come in with respect. No dick pics.
Have you got a dick pic?
Hell yeah. They get blocked straight away though. I hate, it's like negative energy.
So we've all heard of, I mean, not everyone's heard of the METOO movement, but you got METOO movement, which is basically women's equal rights, and, you know, girls go marching on and on and on about making sure that they're equal to men.
Yeah.
What's kind of like your views on that?
Okay, I'm going to just keep it real. I'm not into feminism. feminist.
Okay.
I'm not into the whole movement. I am all the way here for equal rights, as in equal balance between men and women. I'm into that. But when I see extremism in feminist shit, I can't support that. You know, I'm all here for equal pay. I'm here for that because we can both do the same job and get paid the same. Perform exactly the same.
100%, yeah.
I'm not here for the people that are complaining about having the door open for them. Okay.
Oh, yeah, all of
I'm
that.
not here for, oh well, I'll pay for my own meal. I like my meal being paid for, thank you.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I have very feminine energy about me, and my partner may be masculine, and we kind of complement each other. I'm okay with that. I'm okay being in the kitchen. I'm okay. But I'm not going to support a movement that has created this, well, I want to have my breasts out and I want to be naked and I want to be like this. Like, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do, but breasts are seen as a sexual, what's the word? A sexual body part.
Yeah.
We know that it is for raising babies and nurturing, but there's nothing we can do about it. Men are attracted to it. So for me personally, that's something that I would, I can't really support and be having my boobs out to say, hey, support my boobs exactly the same as a guy's boobs or whatever. I can't, I'm just not in that position to say I'm okay with it. I would rather just deal with the fact that, yes, we want equal rights, as in equal money, equal finances. But the thing is, it goes deeper than that. I know it does.
Yeah, of course, 100%, yeah.
But there is a lot of situations, or there's a lot of things in the movement that I do agree with.
Yeah.
But it's like, once I say, well, I'm a feminist, I'm put into a category, you know? And I don't like to be placed into categories because people expect things from me. And I want to have the freedom to believe and to do what I want, you know?
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah,
it's interesting because when you look at like you can talk about all movements. You've got Black Lives Matter, METOO, like 10,000 other movements. Like, I feel like they're there just for the march.
Oh yeah.
And I look at and these movements, no offense to every movement, they're all great in their own way. Whenever you do something, they only really come alive when something happens. Like, I look at Black Lives Matter, H&M situation. Yo, Black Lives Matter, we lit. Let's march,
God.
boycott H&M. Then 50% off. Hey, yo, man, who's going H&M tonight?
I know, discount.
Let's pop through. And I'm just like, didn't you just like buy the Black Lives Matter top last week? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And then it goes silent. Me too, in a way, in comparing it to, they're lucky that there's always something that's been happening for the past 6 months. So it seems more like consistent. But in reality, Me Too movement now is quiet. Like, I haven't heard anything for like the past 2-3 months. Wait until a lady comes out and says, you know what?
Right, it's not consistent.
I'm in Tesco earning £6 an hour. My guy is in the same job, but he's on £8 an hour. What are you not saying? Me Too movement, we out here marching them, boycott Tesco. And then the sales will come in and then, yo man, hey, Christmas sales, man. Tesco, you done?
Right.
Like,
That's how I see it. I've not been H&M since that whole monkey incident. I can't lie.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not really someone who shops there anyway.
Yeah.
But I haven't been there. I probably won't go there either.
Just because of that?
I don't know if it's just because of that. I kind of just feel like I need to slow down supporting the companies that really don't support issues that happen within the black community.
Even with the mother coming out and saying it wasn't a big deal?
Yeah, but she came out, but it's different because I don't feel like she actually saw how this looked to everybody else. Because at the end of the day, we all have our own eyes and we see different I might see different to you, you see different to me. But when I saw that, it was like, I don't want to see black people placed in that position anymore. I'm tired of seeing them being the butt of the jokes. I'm tired of seeing them being related to monkeys. I don't want to see that.
Oh, so you saw it as complete racism?
That's how I saw it. Whether it was intentional or not is a different thing.
Yeah, that's all.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like, how can we as a collective stop things like this happening?
Yeah.
Because if I was in charge of that whole H&M shoot, immediately I would see that and think, there's no way I'm going to be, putting that out there. I recognise that as being a problem that other people are going to see.
Yeah.
So how do we stop that? We affect their finances. We affect their money. And that's what happens with companies, is we have to affect their money for them to actually start to see what we see. So in my opinion, I'm not shopping there, but I'm not telling other people to not shop there. That's your business, okay? But I just don't see a point in me going there when I can go everywhere. I can go Primark, okay?
I didn't even think it was a big deal.
It wasn't. That's the thing. It wasn't. But I saw it and I was like, I got to side eye this. It's just not for me.
That's interesting, you know. Like, I don't know. I remember seeing it and I was just like, well, I did a story on it and I was just like, everyone's overreacting, bruh. Like, it's
what
not
about the Dove thing?
What's that?
You know, the Dove, when they took the t-shirts off each other, and it was the black woman was wearing a white t-shirt. She took her top off, the advert, and it was a white woman underneath. What did you think of that?
I didn't really care for it either.
I didn't care for that one.
I think that was over. You know what? I think the problem is now is the reason why these things are more of an issue is because social media has a voice.
Of course.
Like, I think 10 years ago, black kid on a poster, nothing would have happened. But now is one person jumps in it, and then all it takes is one celebrity to just agree with what everyone is thinking,
and everyone follows,
and then everyone follows. Because when the Weeknd, what's it called, left his contract with H&M, the story went viral.
It did, yeah.
It was like, boom, the Weeknd left because of the article, and then P Diddy signed him up as well for like what I think was a £50,000 deal.
Mad.
She got paid £10,000 to do that little picture.
She got paid 10 grand for that?
Well, the kid got 10. Well,
basically.
It's 10 kronor because it's in Swedish.
Right,
Swedish
okay.
money. So I don't know how much that is in pounds, but...
That's a lot though, right?
Yeah, 10,000, that's a lot. That's at least, you're looking at least 8k.
For that little shoot. The little boy got 10
Well,
grand.
he done more than that, didn't he? He done that jumper, various other shoes on a day, but that was the only one that
That's
got...
how much they get paid for that shit. No wonder she's cool with it. Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense.
She didn't want to hurt the money.
That's what I'm saying. This is where I feel like a lot of people kind of get lost in a sense because they do things for money.
100%. And then now that P did this car, she's probably even more happy that this happened.
Happier now, yeah.
She signed to Bad Boy Records as a model. That's what the hell? That's a life-changing scenario for a Swedish black woman. Swedish too, though. But I think that's what I don't see as a big deal because there's hardly any black people in Sweden. So the fact that she even had that opportunity, it's a big deal for this woman, you know. Like, black people in Sweden aren't necessarily rated.
What's it like in Sweden?
It's alright.
Is it racist? I had a client from Sweden.
Depends, I would say.
Really?
Yeah.
What, less or more than here?
If you're from the capital city,
yeah,
you're aight, because, you know, capital city.
God.
Capital, like Stockholm, you'll be decently fine, but you'll still get racially abused. Outside of the capital city, and I wasn't even born, I was born in Gothenburg, which is called Göteborg. And yeah, I was racially abused.
Really?
Yeah, the kids used to go to teachers like, "Yo, why is he black?" Sad. Like, what's his colour? Like, I was the only black kid in school.
Yeah, so my parents are Rastafarian.
Okay. Are you Jamaican?
No, I'm not. I'm Grenadian.
Sorry?
I'm Grenadian.
Grenada?
No, Grenada. Grenada's in Spain.
Oh yeah, Grenadian.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Where's that?
It's in the Caribbean.
Well, I've never heard of that before.
It's a small island.
Is it near...
So you're telling me all you know is Jamaica, Barbados, and St. Lucia, right?
And there's another one, Guyana.
You see what I mean? It's
I'm
about
in Brazil.
30 minutes on the, it's about 30 minutes on the plane from Barbados.
Is it a nice area as well?
Of course it's fucking... What? Of course it's the Caribbean. Of course it's beautiful.
Yeah, I know, but you know when people are just very, like, cliche sometimes.
How do I know? This is my... this is where I come from. It's beautiful.
You've been there before as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful. Anyway. Yeah, so my parents are... well, I grew up Rastafarian. And they always said to me, I have the choice to do what I want.
Yeah.
So they always said explore different religions or whatever, and just see which one you might gravitate towards. I've never gravitated towards religion. I've tried.
Really?
It's not for me. I've just got too much questions.
Okay, yeah.
You know? But I found spirituality to be the most comfortable one for me, so I just stuck with that.
Yeah. Do you know what? What people say Rastafari, because I'm not going to lie to you, I've heard it. I'm not actually 100% sure what that means. I understand the dreadlocks and you have it. No, I don't.
It's basically described as a way of life.
Right.
It's not a religion. It's not a cult. It's literally just living by the universal laws. It's got a lot of similarities to Islam as well, to be fair.
Okay.
You don't eat particular meats.
Got like pork and stuff.
You don't eat pork.
Okay.
No,
Do you
pork.
eat pork?
No, I don't eat pork.
Okay.
No, I'll take that to my fucking grave. Yeah, I'm not eating that shit.
I don't touch pork myself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't eat that. You can eat chicken, but you're supposed to stay away from all types of meats. It's just kind of idle foods.
Okay, interesting. Yeah,
not a lot of seasoning. Okay, it's all very plant-based kind of food.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So not like jerk chicken, or?
No, that's not. You're not supposed to eat jerk chicken if you're a Rastafarian.
Really?
Yeah, Rastafarians.
Okay.
You can eat fish,
Well,
but
like,
you don't eat like
what's it called again?
tilapia, mackerel.
It's not what I was looking for. Never mind. I don't know where it's gone.
Or whatever it is.
Oh, ackee and saltfish.
Ackee and saltfish. Saltfish is cod. So basically, you just know about the Jamaican stuff. That's what it sounds like.
I know the stereotype stuff.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, but that's if you go to the mountains in the Caribbean, particularly in Jamaica or anywhere, you'll get the real hardcore Rastafarians, the mountain man.
That's what I need
and
to
that's
go,
the
man.
stuff that they don't eat that stuff. You know, they don't eat that stuff.
Why is it so glorified that Jamaicans are like Caribbeans are basically Jamaicans? Because that's all you see.
You know what it is? Think about it like this.
Yeah.
How influential is music?
Very.
Jamaica music, you've got reggae. What else is there from Jamaica?
Well,
it's reggae, isn't it?
I'll just say reggae, yeah.
Bob Marley, yeah, that's it. Bob Marley was very popular. And that little island, they have a lot of power, a lot of influence from their music. So that's why everyone kind of knows Jamaica. You've got a lot of the smaller islands that have similarities, but our music is more so soca, calypso kind of vibes.
That's dope.
But we haven't got no like crazy mainstream artists like Bob Marley that's come out. You know what I'm saying? We've got smaller artists that's big to us, but to everyone else is kind of unknown.
Okay, I understand that. Yeah, that's like me being in Ghana, because Ghana, Nigerians and the Moroccans and the South are like the pinnacle of Africa.
I know, innit? I know.
But then like you hear Uganda, you're just like, oh, what's in Uganda? Yeah, we have safari too, mate. Like,
I didn't even know that.
People don't think there's a safari there. Like, there's a beach in Uganda too. Like, chill. Like, you know what I mean?
I wouldn't even know that.
But yeah, if you don't go there, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. Yeah. So, and it's obviously there's no Uganda. I can't even name one celebrity from Uganda, anyways. And if I did, he's a celebrity in Uganda.
Okay then.
And that's it. So I totally get what you're saying. So that's interesting. I guess on that note, we're going to the next topic.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys are enjoying these topics, man. I'm not gonna lie, Dr. Hani is lit. It's lit. She's fun. Ain't gonna lie to you. So make sure you go subscribe to her channel. Links in the description below, or click the I. I'll link it somewhere there. And then go subscribe to her right now.